Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. There's really not breaking news.
No, there's no breaking news, but the music makes us feel like we need to say breaking news, breaking news.
Yes. Guys, welcome to Reality Roundup at Little Miss Recap. My name is Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda. We are here every other Friday to talk about these fools.
Every other Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. We're recording Friday. That's why I get confused.
And here's the problem, guys. We spend the whole week gathering our little news, and then inevitably
something will happen this afternoon.
Something huge. Like Cody and Robin will get divorced this afternoon.
Every time it happens. But
every time. But you know what?
As of the morning of May 16th, this is breaking news.
This is all the news that's fit to print.
Sure. Because I'm really sure all the media outlets care about Shekinah's sign being misspelled.
Last night we were watching a movie. I'm going to save that story for the end. We watched a movie that we had already watched.
Okay.
But whatever. And we were talking about famous photographs.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I went down a rabbit hole once. I got real into infamous photographs.
Okay.
And so we were naming a few and talking about them. And I was saying that one of the most powerful, in my opinion, is the Napalm Girl running, And I'm like, who was that? Oh, Nick Ut. And I remembered this guy's name. And Timmy didn't seem to think it was a big deal. He's like, well, okay. And I'm like, you don't understand. I can't remember anything.
What I had for dinner 2 hours ago. And I remember that.
Sometimes I just freeze thinking, why did I just come into this room?
All
more
the time.
Often than not. So for me to just pull this photographer's name out of a hat.
I was telling Todd last night, or maybe it's the night before, but I'm like, how many times do I have to revisit what I did like a minute ago to remember what I was going to do? To be re-sparked into that.
Yeah, there's a problem.
It is. It's a real problem. You know my Go ahead.
We watched a whole movie last night that we had already seen.
Oh.
And Timmy remembered a lot of it and I didn't. I knew we saw it and we both were like, oh, we saw this already.
Right. But remember.
Timmy remembered like how it ended and what happened. And I didn't remember any of it. It was like brand new for me.
Hey, sometimes there's advantages to not remembering anything. It's like a whole new world for you on a daily basis. What I was going to say is the photo that I always love the best of those like famous type photos. Do you remember the National Geographic one of the African woman bare-breasted?
Yes.
And she just looks so like serious. I was mesmerized by that photo as a child.
Yeah.
Absolutely mesmerized by that woman.
Well, is it surprise to you I would be drawn to something from Vietnam?
Not the least.
No.
Not the least.
No.
Yeah.
Even Timmy was talking about, because in this movie we were watching, she was a war photographer and somebody was, trigger warning, somebody was being lit on fire as a torture kind of situation.
That's unfortunate for them.
And we were talking about the famous photo of the monk burning. And he was like, we were trying to talk about where it was. I was like, it was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, it was in Vietnam. I know it.
I know Vietnam. God damn it.
So, I went down a rabbit hole where I was really into photographs for a while. In fact, my mom, I told you, bought me that book when I was a kid called We Interrupt This Broadcast. And it was like famous. And you had the CD with it and you could play it. And it would be Walter Cronkite and those people. And it had photographs in there, like from some of the big news stories. And I was obsessed, like just real into that stuff.
That's the kind of stuff I would get into too as a kid. I was such a dork for like history and news and current events and all that stuff. Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Anyway, we got there because we were talking about news. We are not journalists, though.
No, we're going to talk about really important things like the new cast for Hunt for Love.
Yeah, guys. So you know how Reality Roundup works. Timestamps are your friend.
Yes. If there's things you don't care about, doot, that little button on your player.
Skip on by.
You don't have to listen.
Now, I did not include the Bayou in the news because we're covering it every week and we're there's nothing happening in the Bayou that we're not talking about on that show, on Gypsy Rose.
Yes, except we did confirm that the terrible picture in their living room of Rod holding Rachel Dratch is actually Gypsy Rose in a courtroom.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Raquel, our BDF
Yeah.
Raquel found that for us. Um, let me just say, somebody said it is prison art, and I agree. It is
Oh, yeah.
prison art if
That is
I've ever
prison
seen
art.
it.
That is some
Mhm,
Love After Lockup shit there if ever I've seen
mhm,
it.
mhm. I wonder if Gypsy did it as prison art.
No, well, I don't know, maybe. I
Maybe.
don't know anything about her artistic talent or lack thereof. I
Me
know
either.
nothing.
I mean, I'm sure Rod is a gifted artist.
I'm
I'm
sure
just
he is because
confident in
he's gifted
that.
at everything he does, everything he tries.
All right, guys. So we're going to start with 90 Day. Let me mark down the time. So,
And as I say, and
go ahead.
remember, if you're listening on the free feed and there's commercials, some of the timestamps may be a little off, but
Yeah,
close
like 2
enough.
or 3 minutes off. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
So, 90 Day news. So, first, we want to talk about the Hunt for Love party that we are
Yes,
going to. So,
yes.
so we're going Monday. The entire cast is going to be there from Hunt for Love.
Well, except the international folks. So no
Right.
Usman,
No Usman.
no
God damn
Usman,
it.
and no Jennifer Fur, which is a
Hmm.
bummer. I would love to have met Soja Boy, but I'm
But
sure for visa reasons it's too hard.
I'm going to be in the same room as Rob.
Pregnant whore.
I no, I really hope he has never listened
I
because
I like that all of us are texting going, "Ugh, we've talked shit about all these people for
yeah,
years."
Tim
Tim?
is going to be there. Amanda, do you remember what Tim did to get on my bad side? Like, I know generally, whatever, but he
He
did something.
he was slut shamey to somebody. Who was it?
Mhm. Mhm.
On the Single Life season. I
You're right.
forget who it was, but
You're right.
he can be real misogynistic and slut shamey.
Yeah, you're right. Cuz I remember being like, I'm done with Tim. He's not like, and I never liked Tim, but he was
Mhm.
harmless because of his association with Veronica.
Right, right.
But he was doing some you're right, I wanna say it was on The Single Life.
Yeah. Would it excuse me, excuse my yawn there. Would it be inappropriate for me to talk to Tim and ask him only questions about Kenny and Armando?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Sure he gets that a lot.
Sure he
Sure he gets
does.
that a lot. French fry tater,
And as I
mhm.
said, I wanna make Tiffany my BFF so she
Okay.
can come run my life because she's good at other people's lives. She's not
Okay.
great at her own, but she's good
Mhm,
at mine,
mhm. So,
or she might be
there's
good at mine.
speaking of 90 Day Hunt for Love, there's some shenanigans happening already
Oh, no.
with the
Okay.
normies, as we call them.
Oh,
So, the
yes.
show is gonna be half the cast, half the normies.
Right.
So Kiki and Kibitz is reporting that Jay, one of the singles on 90 Day Hunt for Love,
Wow,
has spoken out.
he is pretty.
He's pretty,
He's
but
pretty.
he has spoken out and he said, "Let's make something clear. We, the singles, did not know what show or franchise we were on. We were sold a completely different pitch. We are not influencers. All of our asses have to work tomorrow." Now, he is a model, so I'm
Yes.
sure this is going to help his career.
Of course, of course.
And then he says, "Legal team be working."
Okay,
Is
well, let's
that
see what
code for I'm
happens.
gonna sue you?
Maybe, I don't know. That's interesting though, but
Another
it's
one of the singles apparently is a elementary school principal is being placed on leave.
yes, for lying about going on leave to go film the show. Oops.
So there you go. 90 Day getting in everybody's business again.
We'll see. I'm excited though. We will report back. I'm telling Amy now, we'll do a little special something for the BDFs to tell them all about our experience.
100%. Yeah. All right. So
Maybe drunkenly in a hotel room Monday night. I don't know.
we'll do
We'll see.
something.
We'll do something.
Rachel of Rachel and John Walters has popped up again, trying to get in on some relevancy here.
She needs to
And
not make rap music.
was it an AI song? I
No,
couldn't tell what it was. Is it her?
it's her making rap.
It's
It's not good.
stupid.
Yes. Yes.
So, okay, basically, she was coming to Reddit or to Instagram to spill so much tea.
Mhm.
And as one Redditor summed it up, she does absolutely nothing, bitches about how people don't like her, and shows, quote, receipts that actually show nothing.
That sounds about right for
Sounds
Rachel.
about right. Another did a TLDR, which is basically Rachel says John was cheating on her the whole time. Lots of screenshots about sending dick pics to a bunch of people.
Not remotely
Videos of
surprised.
No, videos of him having sex with other people. Also said he gained 50 pounds to make Rachel feel better. said he had a secret relationship while married and would watch her and the husband have sex, and he would fuck anyone's wife and doesn't give a shit. There's a lot.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'm not shocked by any of this.
I mean, John Walters is not a pious,
I-
straight
he's
little, straight and narrow guy.
he's not a
Shocker.
stand-up kind of guy. No, no,
Mm-mm.
no. Things I liked Rachel in the beginning. I just wanted to give her a good infusion of self-esteem and self-worth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amanda, would you like to walk us through the drama that is Shekinah sign? Because here we are.
Maddie on Madeline on Love in Paradise, a 90-day story, whatever it was
Mm-hmm.
called.
Mm-hmm.
Walked so Shekinah could run with her maid Beauty. Now
Beati.
we
Made
have
Beati.
now we have Floor Second. We
Florsicant.
Florsicant. That thank you. I couldn't. I know you tried to write it out in such a way that I could phonetically say it, and even then I couldn't. Even then.
Florsicant.
Florsicant. Yeah, we have a misspelling. And
Mm-hmm.
Shekinah says, the name of my business was inspired by one of my favorite films, Things We Lost in the Fire. Have you ever heard of this film?
Mm-mm.
No, me either. Okay. It left such a deep impact on me that I even got the word fluorescent tattooed on my shoulder. Now that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I always wondered, why did she have that word on her shoulder?
I
But
wonder if
she's got
it's
a lot of
spelled right
weird
on her
tattoos.
shoulder.
I don't even know. Probably not.
Okay.
And yes, I know the sign is spelled wrong. The sign company made a mistake, but honestly, it turned out to be a happy accident. Now it's one of the quirks that makes the name unforgettable, right?
Mm.
Okay.
No.
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 No,
Mm-mm.
it's dumb.
Mm-mm.
Fix the sign, get a better, come back and get a, go back to the company and get your sign fixed.
So I don't really know this movie.
I
After
don't
her
know.
husband dies in an act of senseless violence, Audrey Burke, played by Halle Berry,
Okay.
is left alone with two young children, no idea how to cope, nearly paralyzed by grief. Audrey tracks down her husband's childhood friend, played by Benicio del Toro.
Oh, hello.
Jerry is a drug addict, but Audrey invites him to move to her home nonetheless, and a mutually dependent relationship develops between, oh God, the two damaged souls. So
Of
this is a whole,
no wonder
our
Shekinah's real into
souls are,
this.
yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah,
we're irrevocably
yeah.
broken, but
Yep.
together we can be broken together. Okay.
Yes, and
Got
I'm
it.
trying to see where fluorescent comes into it. In the context of the film, the word fluorescent is introduced early in the film by Brian, who defines it as lit from within.
Ah, got it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, whatever. Shekinah.
Whatever.
We're afloat your boat. Usman is
Yes.
being accused of trying to rewrite history when he
Oh,
said on 90 Day Diaries that his 90-day journey began when he met Kimberly.
oh, we forgot the original, the OG,
Yeah.
little
And
baby girl Lisa.
BGL, baby girl Lisa, freaking out all over social media about
Good.
this.
Good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
enjoy when she gets riled
Yeah.
up because she's fun. She's a nut job.
Yeah.
Let's go to York and find her.
Okay. Now, for no reason at all, I decided to go down a rabbit hole about ratings.
Yes, and you told me you had done that, but you told me you were going to tell me this information on air. I was not to look deeply.
Correct.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are saying that this is not a good season of 90 Day Fiance. Now, I like it just fine,
I think it's a great season.
but a lot of people are saying, something's going on here. And, you and I have talked about this a lot, that it might be time for them to change up the format in some way
Mhm.
to accommodate social media, to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't know. We don't know what that answer is. Maybe get the seasons out quicker.
Maybe a little closer to when
Yeah.
they're filmed. Maybe. Who knows? Because I mean, here's the problem. People keep seeing Aaliyah and Sean all over LA.
Yeah. So we know she's still here.
Right.
Yeah.
Sarper is doing dance exercise classes
Mhm.
every Sunday. We know he's
Mhm.
here.
Yeah. Matt Sharp needs to sit in a room with a bunch of creatives and figure
Mhm.
this out.
Yeah. Maybe
So
we can get Braden over. He can help.
I decided to dig into the rating systems,
Okay.
the Nielsen ratings for 90 Day Fiance, and this is all
Okay.
from Nielsen. So what I did is to get a metric.
Yes.
I looked at the 10th episode of the last 3 seasons.
Okay. Just to pick
Just the 10th episode.
Okay.
I thought that was a good measure because sometimes the first and the finale are inflated.
Right, exactly.
Which
No, that
is
makes sense. Like a doldrum episode is really what you're looking for. The people
a
who are
lit-
really in it are still watching it.
A little side note, when I used to work in TV and we used to
Yes.
sell shows, we used to sell always based on the premiere and the finale.
Oh, sure. Of course, because
Yeah.
that's always the big
All
numbers.
right. So season 9, the 10th episode from season 9 got 1.745 million.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
Yeah, yeah.
good. So 1.7 million, let's just round
And
up.
that's just people watching it on TLC on Sunday night.
I believe so. That does
Okay.
not account for streaming.
Streaming, which
I
is a
don't
lot more.
know. That's a good question. Does Nielsen account for streaming? I think they might now.
Okay.
Let me Google it before I give an answer for that. Yes, it does
Oh,
track
okay.
streaming.
Okay.
Okay. So 1.7. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Season 10, next
Yes.
season, 1.2.
Okay.
Okay.
Not as good.
Season 11, current season,
Right.
825,000.
Oh, shit.
So that's half.
That's half.
That's half.
Ooh, that's not good.
It's not good. So to compare it to something like Sister Wives, let's talk
Right.
about Sister Wives. I did the same thing. Last 3
Okay.
seasons, episode 10.
Okay.
Season 17, episode 10 was Knife in the Kidneys.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. The kidney porch.
And this was 1.7 million. So same as 90
Wow.
Day.
Okay.
Mhm. Season 18, 1.4 million.
Okay. Still higher
And
than 90 Day.
season 19, 1.01 million.
Okay. So all are dropping, but not at the rate 90 days.
Yeah. So Sister Wives. So if you went back and looked at like season 11, 12, probably crap.
Probably.
But season 16 was the resurgence because that was where
What
What
does the
Does the
nanny
Nanny
do?
Do?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. That was
All
the
right.
beginning of
Now,
the end.
so Amanda, what do you think a show like Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is going to get?
3 million.
No,
What?
around 500,000.
Really?
Yes, I was stunned by this.
Really?
The Housewives series just does not do well. Most of them get around like 700,000, if that.
Wow.
I know, I was stunned. I
I
was
would think
really
it would be so
surprised.
much bigger. And the only reason I would think that is because of BravoCon.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Nope,
So
not good.
TLC could have a TLC con.
TLC could have
They
a
just can't
TLC
put
con.
these people in a room because it'd just be mess. Well, housewives are messy too. So who are we kidding?
Now, Married at First Sight
Yeah.
gets around 350,000.
Ugh. We finished the Philly season.
Oh, okay.
Married at First Sight.
Okay. The Golden Bachelor,
Yes.
6 million.
Yeah. Well, it's on ABC.
I think what's going on here is we're seeing that shows that are dragging out are losing viewership.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think when you have them nice and tight.
Yeah.
So I pulled the whole 90-day spinoff chart. Okay.
Okay.
And I will tell you, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but they have 90 Day Fiance. They take an average of
Yeah.
the current season. So 90 Day Fiance current season, 804,000.
Okay.
The spinoff that does the best, which one do you think it would be?
Before the 90.
The Single Life.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, 1 million. Last Resort right after that, 900,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Pillow
think I
Talk
go with
does
BT90 because
terrible.
that's my favorite.
BT90 does 259,000.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's interesting, right? The Other Way does pretty well.
Okay.
And then that's it. Everything else is kind of around the HEA does terrible.
Oh, well, yeah, because it is terrible.
280,000. Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's been Ratings Corner with
Wow.
Amy.
Wow.
Mhm,
Interesting. Not information. All my guesses would have been wrong. Or were wrong.
I find this shit very
I
interesting.
do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
I do.
And I think we know of the 800,000 people that are watching 90 Day Fiance, I think we know 700,000 of them between all of our Facebook groups.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. We're gonna move to Lalu now, Life After
Okay.
Lockup or Love After Lockup, but that show gets around 300,000.
Okay. Now I'm just like, what does getting around
Mhm,
300K mean?
mhm.
Now I know.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. Okay, guys. So we're gonna go through your returning cast for Life After Lockup, which is airing in July. This is an exclusive drop by Kiki and Kibitz.
Mm-hmm.
And Amanda, you're gonna read them to me, and I'm gonna do Love It or Hate It.
Okay. I'm ready to go. Okay.
Okay.
Coming in number 1, Zariah and Troy.
Hate it.
That's the correct answer.
Mhm,
How's baby
mhm.
Troy? That's what I want to
That's the
know.
only person we care about right now.
Keith and Letitia.
Hate it.
Yes. That is the right answer. Bianca and Daniel.
I'm gonna give it a love it because
I
I'm
love it because the
interested
drama.
in what's happening.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
the
yes.
drama.
Her getting
She's terrible.
smashed around his mother clutching her pearls, I'm in for that.
Yeah, I'm in for that.
Mhm.
Justine and Michael, and they're getting
Hate
married
it,
again.
hate it, hate it, hate it. Becca and I were talking about what they named their kids. Now everyone remembers Manhattan and
Mhm.
Millions. Just remember
Yes.
that. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Manhattan Barbie. Get it right.
I was calling them New York and New Jersey.
Why would you do this to a child? Okay. Louie and Melissa.
Love it.
Love it.
Just because I love Louis.
Because I love Louie and it
And
means
I
we
love
get
Melissa.
Donna.
Yeah, yeah.
I want Spoon Mom.
Yes.
Brooke and JK.
Hate it. Come
Corrected.
on.
Come on, these two idiots. Savannah and Bradley.
Hate it.
Yep. It's too soon. We've done 2 seasons of these of Savannah and Bradley. I don't need a third right in a row. I
And
want Ty back.
you didn't see it yet because it airs tonight. They essentially break up tonight.
Oh,
So
good.
why are we
I don't
doing
know.
this?
I want Ty and
I need
Hottie
Ty
in
and Hottie.
Boston.
Yes, and Boston. I need
And
all
that
that
Berenstein
playing on
Bear
my
looking bitch.
phone.
I need these people
Yes.
back.
It's just, I don't know. I don't think Life After Lockup has the legs that they
Mm-mm.
want it to.
No, but we'll watch tonight, so we'll know.
And I'm really surprised that Love After Lockup, a nice tight 12 episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every time.
No,
Sometimes even
10
8 or 10.
episodes?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
8
it's
or
only
10.
10. I'm sorry. Gypsy Rose is going to be 12.
Yeah.
Love After Lockup, 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Todd finally did the connection of why didn't Matt Sharp trademark Love After Lockup? Why does Gypsy Rose? And I'm like, we've been doing this for like 2 seasons now, honey, and he got here finally.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. No.
Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. All right, Amanda, you had some scoop for us about this Teen Vogue.
Yes.
Not
Do you
US
like the
Weekly.
fact that this party we're going to is a US Weekly party?
I do. I do.
We're going to take a lot of pictures in front of you of a US Weekly sign all day, every day.
Yes. So are we putting this under Sister Wives?
No, I think we're putting this under general reality because it talks about a number of kids.
We don't have Sister Wives news then.
Not really. I mean, we're talking about things as they're. I don't feel like I really want to dunk on the Browns.
Me either. Okay.
I'm good. And this is Sister Wives adjacent. So in Teen Vogue,
I'm going to put it as Sister Wives, even though it's not.
Okay.
Because we include Gwendlyn. We're going to talk about her.
Yes.
Okay.
Teen Vogue. Is Teen Vogue monthly or weekly? I think it's monthly.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. But the latest issue, I said the latest episode, the latest issue of Teen Vogue has a piece on kids of reality TV. And it was
brilliant.
I love Teen Vogue. They have really great
they have really
there.
good journalists. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real magazine. It's not just, Teen Beat. And so they interviewed a number of people, and I'll give you the list of people, and I only took notes on the people we cared about. So they interviewed Hannah Goslin of John and Kate Plus 8.
I care about her. I need to know what's going on.
She's in college. See, I never watched the show, so I didn't care.
I think she's living with John. I think she's one of the only ones living with John.
I think she's one of the ones who bailed on Kate.
Yeah.
Gwendlyn, we'll talk about her. Aspen and Aniko.
Wow.
Darcy's daughters.
Okay.
Noelle Robinson, who is the daughter of a Real Housewife of Atlanta, and our boyfriend, Brooks Marks.
Oh, God.
So we'll start with Gwendlyn. Gwendlyn says she was 8 when the show started, and she was super into it as a kid. She loved it. She thought it was.
Yeah, we could see that. I think that translates on the screen.
Yeah, she was always such a energetic kid anyway. She says the money absolutely changed their family. And the quote from the article says, life is a lot easier for a kid that's not going hungry. It was quite a blessing initially.
Yeah.
I just think of how they were all living.
I know. That's what Janelle's point was. Like, we went through the hard times. We went through
hell. And this
and then Robin comes in when the TLC money is already coursing through Cody's veins.
Right.
And she just gets to, whatever.
Live a different life.
We're not talking about them. Okay.
She talks about feeling as a kid like she couldn't have a hard day. She couldn't have a lot of privacy. The rule was there was no cameras in their bedrooms, which is good. There's cameras in the house, but not in their bedrooms. Unless they were, deciding to film something specifically in a bedroom, but otherwise not there. But she tells the story of, she said, I got mad at one of my moms one day and I went outside and just kind of like screamed in the yard. as a
Oh,
teen
yeah.
and looked over and there was a camera person there and she was like,
Mm.
"Fuck, I don't want this to be on." Like, it was
Yeah.
that kind of stuff starting to happen for her.
Yeah.
She talks about Christine and Cody's divorce and says, "My parents should have gotten divorced long before they did."
Wow. Okay.
Mhm. Um, she says, in retrospect, she thinks her parents made the best decision that they could, knowing what they
Okay.
knew. She doesn't think growing up on camera is the best idea, but she also enjoyed parts of it. And now it's sort of an ebb and flow, and her feelings about being filmed continue to evolve.
Did she talk about her brother?
No, nope,
Okay.
not a
I'm
word.
just wondering because,
Nope, not a thing.
I think we could safely say that,
Garrison did not like the show.
and I think we could safely say that growing up on camera feels differently to everybody. And
Yes.
Garrison clearly felt differently about it at
Yes. Yeah.
times.
This is
Yeah.
just Gwen's experience.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I
yeah.
like that. I
So
like that. Okay.
now we've got Osmond and Aniko. God, those girls are
I
beautiful.
do want to say too,
Yeah.
growing up on camera when these guys did it is very different than today.
Yes, I agree. I
Because
agree.
we didn't have the type of social media trolls for the Brown kids in 2010
Right.
that Polyfamily's getting, and we'll
Right.
get there.
Yeah, we'll get
But
there.
anyway.
Aspen and Aniko, Darcy's daughters, um, they talked about how awkward it was to realize that, to have their birds and the bees talk on national television and have their mother go, "Oh, did they put a condom on the banana in class for you?" I mean,
Mhm. Mhm.
I have to imagine having Darcy as your mom would be a lot.
It's a lot. It's
It's a
just a
lot.
lot in general.
Just a lot.
Mhm.
Darcy's a
Mhm.
lot. Love her, but she's a
Papa
lot.
Silva was the rock for those kids.
Except he wasn't around a lot at first.
Yeah, that's true.
He really only came back
You
in like the beginning of the pandemic
you know what it is? I bet you,
consistently.
and I have nothing to base this on,
Yeah.
so feel free to push back on this conjecture. I bet you their dad is really involved.
Oh, I think he is.
Darcy's ex-husband.
I think both Darce and Stace's first husbands, the father of their children, are
Yeah.
involved in both
Okay.
kids. It seems
Alright.
that it always seemed that way.
Okay.
There was never part of the story of like Aniko and Aspen needed a new dad.
Correct.
That
I
was
agree.
never part of the
Never.
story.
Never said,
And I
never mentioned.
respect that. They were 10 and 12 when Darcy started the show.
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay.
Just one of them says, I don't remember which one says, Darcy's biggest dream was to be on TV. And Aniko
Mhm.
described the twin life. Because remember, Darcy and Stace tried a show before called The Twin Life, which Aniko described as a Kardashian style show, surprising to absolutely no one.
Yeah.
It's exactly
Yeah.
what I think she'd want.
Mhm.
She said, growing up, both girls faced a lot of judgment about Darcy's love life and the
I
mess of
wonder
her
if
life.
I wonder if kids at high school just screamed at them, "Cut it on the bias."
I would hope so. I mean, if you're going to scream anything at
Yeah.
these girls, cut it
Yeah.
on the bias would be high on my list of things to yell at them. Um, or I would just throw shoes at people. You threw your
There you
Louboutin
go.
at me. You
There you
threw
go.
your Louboutin at me. I did
Mhm.
not feel safe. Oh, Jesse. It's
Oh,
giving. It
Jesse
keeps on giving.
Meester.
And they now wonder often when they meet new people if these people are genuine and want to truly be their friends or want to
Yeah.
like get in on the dirt, which is what I think would impact a lot of these kids.
Oh, 100%.
Wondering like,
Yeah.
am I having real friends here?
Yeah.
And last but not least, our boyfriend, Brooks Marks.
Mm.
He says at first, and I talked a little bit about this when we recorded The Last Housewives,
Mhm.
talked at first about being super excited to be on the show. He was really excited for his mom, but then all of a sudden the whole planet was talking about his sexuality and he was completely unprepared for that. And
Yeah.
that sucks.
That sucks.
That sucks a lot. He says it was hard also seeing his mom get attacked by other cast
Yeah, I'm
and by
being
social
attacked
media.
by other cast members. Help
Exactly.
me. Mhm.
However, it is great, has been great exposure for his clothing brand, which is now
Okay.
more than just sweats. I went on his
Okay.
website. There are pants. The
Okay.
pants cost $180,
Jesus.
but
Okay.
there are pants. There you go. And he says at first it actually really increased his anxiety and like kind of
Oh,
riled
I
him
could
up
see
at first.
that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
He says he's gained a lot of wisdom from it. And he's going to be on a show soon about reality star kids called Next Gen NYC.
Okay, yeah. I have
Yeah.
heard this show's
I've heard
coming
about this
out.
show too.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. So that's that. It was a good article. It's well worth the read.
Well, thanks for the TLDR. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Happy to. Sorry I left out Hannah Goslin. I didn't think we cared.
I always care about the Goslins. It was a
It was a
moment
time
in
and place.
time. Yeah. Yeah.
My friend Karen was almost run over by Kate Goslin in the grocery store parking lot because she also lived in Wyomissing where they lived.
I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Kate was a delight.
let's go to Polyfamily, shall we?
Trigger warning, all the trigger warnings of the trigger warnings.
Okay, I need to just say something. Why would you go on TV if you
When
are
all of
this
this is in
much
your
of a
closet.
mess?
Yeah. Why do
What
people do this?
you live in a world I could see doing this 10 years ago, but do you really
Yeah.
live in a world where you think people are not going to find this?
Yeah. It's
I have a
either
theory
they
about
wanted it to
why.
be found or they're stupid. Go ahead. What's your theory?
I think they got a little taste of notoriety on their
On TikTok?
TikTok,
Mhm.
which really isn't that big. It's like 200,000 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think. Let me verify that because I want to say I was surprised by how small it was.
Yeah, I saw somebody on Reddit going, "Guys, I think they took their TikTok down." And then someone's like, "No, bro, you just got blocked."
Yeah. They have 217,000
Oh,
followers.
okay.
So what I'm
So
thinking
it's
is
like
they
fake fame.
right, and what I'm thinking is they were like, "Well, nobody's figured it out amongst us
So we're
here,
safe.
so, like, we're safe." No.
No, now
No.
you've got
No.
millions.
You've got millions
Millions.
banks. Um, so just a trigger warning, guys, we're gonna be talking about possible essay, possible kid stuff.
It's
It's
real
not
bad.
good,
It's
okay?
dark.
So if you don't want the darkness, shut it off.
Yep.
I will also say up front, we have worked really hard to try to verify some of this. Some of it is not verified.
Mhm.
This is alleged right now, and we're not 100% certain where
Right.
it's coming from.
We're just reporting things that we have read. We cannot confirm or deny if they are
Yeah.
true.
We are talking about what other people are reporting.
Yes.
This is not from us.
No. So do
Okay.
not sue us, anybody, please.
Yeah. Taya. All right. So you have the Reddit T post. So go ahead
Yes.
and explain the context around this. Well, let's just address upfront. Here's the rumors. The
Yes.
rumors are that Sean had a whole other family, 3 biological kids, 2 stepkids that he was raising,
As his own.
meets Taya, leaves that entire family.
Yeah. Had his
Has
children's names tattooed on him, had those tattoos covered.
had to be like taken to court a bunch for child support, which
Mhm.
that I did find.
Yeah.
That is actually
Mhm.
verified.
Okay.
You can go to like the county
Yeah.
in that Portland is in and find it. Um, so now people are saying too that he had gotten in trouble in previous jobs
Mhm.
for inappropriate communications, it sounds like, with minors.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that. We don't know more detail.
Nope.
We have we think some confirmation on that, but it's not good enough for me to say that, okay, this is a thing.
Right.
So again, alleged.
There's a
Okay.
lot of smoke. We do not know if there is a fire,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of smoke
And
popping
that's
up
a
everywhere.
very serious accusation to make.
It is.
So I really want to be very careful around the way we levy that
Mhm.
charge and say it is alleged. We do not know if
Nope.
this stuff is confirmed.
Nope.
But first, let's address Taya's friend talking to her through Reddit.
Oh, so there is a woman who is on a tear in the Polyfamily Reddit subreddit. This
I went
woman,
down
I
this
think
rabbit hole yesterday. Oh my
I
God.
think this has become this woman's entire life right now, is
Mhm,
just posting
mhm.
about this family. Um, and Taya has apparently been blocking and reporting and threatening to sue and all of this stuff. So this is what this woman writes. Hey girl, hey. It's always a mature way to start a conversation.
Okay.
Since you want to continue to act shady, threaten with lawsuits, etc., let's clear the air. I'll identify myself publicly. It's Malia, but you likely already know that from the things that I've said. I
Mm,
know you're reading these threads. You haven't cleared anything up because it's all true. Threatening folks won't work. And why not? Why not, you ask? Because it's not defamation when it's true. You can threaten me and a bunch of other people, but where are the lies aside from the ones that fall out every time you speak? Ugh.
wow.
Remember how you lied to your friends and the entire poly community about how you met Sean and his history, and you never told any of us that he was a predator? You let us take our children all around you? We remember. You never told your now ex girlfriend either. Remember how you defended him? Remember how you cut anyone out of your life that called out his problematic behavior? And remember, in the last episode, Taya said, I feel very protective of Sean because he doesn't have
Yes.
anybody.
Yes. Yes.
Remember how he covered up the tattoo of his kids' names? I'm not the only one, and I'm the first one who called CPS about Raina, so be mad at me. Now I'm real worried about that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mm, Dark.
because I got all the proof I need, and we are truly concerned for her well-being. So, Taya, if you want to talk, unblock me and call me. I'll be waiting. Okay, it's a weird flex.
Okay.
And this is the last time I'll speak publicly on this matter until after CPS is done investigating. Why do I doubt that? I don't know.
Mm-mm.
All 4 of you make me sick. Again, I'll be waiting for your call. If you actually have the guts to call, we can even video chat like we used to. Balls in your court, Taya. I will say this. You all either have balls of steel or you're incredibly stupid to think that no one was going to expose you. Hey, TLC, if you want the real story, talk to people who truly know them. We will do interviews totally free and quit putting fucking predators on TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. If these charges are true,
Yeah.
this guy's got to fucking go.
He's got to go.
He
And I
and
don't know how you
Tyler and Alicia should
have
be
got to get the
ashamed of themselves for putting
if
their
they
daughter
knew
in
this,
this. Yeah.
they need to get the fuck away from this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dark.
So why don't we go to the letter? Let's jump to the letter.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, also found, and this is one of the more conclusive pieces of evidence. This looks to be a very official letter from Oregon's Department of Human Services in 2016. It says this letter is to provide you a summary of our recent child welfare assessment. DHS received a call of concern
Recording.
regarding Sean Hartless, indicating that he allegedly had inappropriate sexual interaction online or via phone app with a minor child in another state. Sean is currently being investigated by detectives in New Mexico, and limited information can be provided regarding the criminal case. Because of this concern, DHS is assessed that Sean is threat of harm for sexual abuse and exploitation against the children in your home. After careful review of the police records and full DHS assessment, the case was closed by a founded disposition. It is believed that Sean is a threat to one child. He is a if it bleh. It is believed that if Sean is a threat to one child, he is a potential threat to all children. It is concerning that Sean may have legal rights to see and visit with your shared children. After meeting with you, it is my impression that you are a safe and able parent who is willing to put the needs of your children above your own and act protectively. If you have questions regarding your case, please contact me. And it's the person's name, Human Services Specialist, Oregon Department of Human Services in Hillsboro, Oregon.
So here's my question about this.
Yeah.
So this is just like child welfare saying, yeah, this guy could be a predator,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't tell me what action they're taking. Is this just
They're
something
not
that
taking any action.
so is this something that the mother then could use to get a protection order from him? You know what I mean?
I
Is it that
guess.
kind
Yeah.
of thing? Like we're writing a letter to prove that these
I
charges
guess. I
there's
guess.
enough
I don't
there?
know. I don't know the legalese of it all, but if I got a letter like that from the, Department of Health and Human Services,
Mhm.
I'd get my kid the fuck out of there.
Me too.
Full stop.
So, I wanted to read from Reddit again.
Okay.
Where did this post go and was it doctored? So this post was, I think, leaked by Miss Kickstand. I'm not
Okay.
no, I don't think she leaked it, but she's one of the prominent content
Okay.
creators
Yep.
on TikTok who is talking about it. She didn't
Got it.
leak it.
Got it.
So somebody wrote, I don't think anyone in this sub has the ability to verify if this letter is real or not. However, we can verify that the court records are real. Two separate women having their children removed from Sean's custody by the court because he's in immediate danger to children is enough evidence for me with or without a letter.
Okay.
People have Googled the name on the letter and they found records indicating the person was a social worker. That still means nothing. You could look that up and do that. Um, what's funny is somebody's like, "There's typos in the letter," and people are like, "Girl, we work for human services. There's always typos."
Yeah. A lot of this is boilerplate shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. The letter is not fake. His ex would not have been able to get immediate protection order for her children if this wasn't true. So this is my second part that I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
So Miss Kickstand, what
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that name means.
I don't either.
Also introduced a screenshot of the records, the results of the records that they
Okay.
found, public records, and they're not good, Amanda.
Mm.
They're not good. There is a lot of on 12 something third no 03 request for custody change due to immediate danger. 2016 request for custody change due to immediate anger or danger. 61803 forcible entry. 62105 forcible entry.
Ugh.
72706 small claims in Washington. We don't know what that is. 5516 is the divorce decree, and
Okay.
2016 seems to be when all this went down.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
And
Got it.
Taya says that she met and started dating him in 2015. So
Got it.
she knew all of this was going
Happening.
down,
Yeah. Okay. She didn't
which
show up
is
afterwards.
that is gross.
That is really gross.
That is gross. So the bottom line is, whether you agree with the details or not, Sean has been charged with some really gross things. Not
Mhm.
legally accused of
Yes.
some really gross things. And for me as a mother,
Mhm.
those accusations alone
Are
would be
enough.
enough for me not to put my child near this man.
Agreed. Agreed.
And I question what Alicia and Tyler are doing,
Yeah.
because some people have said, and people who work in this field, I read a long post by a woman who worked with sex offenders,
Okay.
that he is isolating the daughter
That's what I'm concerned
and
about.
branding her a liar and
Yes.
building the distrust. And that is part of the grooming process.
Yes. Absolutely.
Trying
Absolutely.
to discredit a child's credibility, if you will.
It makes the thing that we thought was really gross to begin with, of
Mm-hmm.
him saying Raina couldn't talk to her father,
Mm-hmm.
it's now not gross. Now it's scary.
Yeah. So we're going to see what TLC is going to do about this guy,
Mm,
but they need to do something.
yeah. I don't know.
So I also wanted to address the vasectomy question.
Yes.
I
Vasectomy gate.
still don't have a clear answer on this.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So somebody wrote on Reddit, the men having a vasectomy. This is posted on their TikTok and confirmed by Tyler's sister.
Okay.
Tyler's sister's kind of a problem.
Yes. Tyler's sister has some beef that she's trying to.
Like, I feel like she's just not the most credible source because she's very angry and very
Mhm.
messy.
Yes.
So on their TikTok, they did a video of the boys. When they say the boys, it's Sean and Tyler, which makes me want to vomit all over the place.
Right.
On their TikTok, they did a video of the boys getting vasectomies because Taya was done being or getting pregnant.
Okay.
They mentioned it was Sean's second vasectomy, which, if he has 3 children already, I could see him getting a vasectomy.
Sure. Sure.
I assumed he got the first one prior to Taya, and then I guess he got it reversed for her. So part of what's going on here is Tyler. Let's focus on Tyler for a second. Supposedly, allegedly,
Mhm.
Tyler got a vasectomy, and then Alicia said she wanted more kids, but he still didn't get it reversed. And then he
Ah.
meets Taya, and she wants more kids, and he
So-
gets it reversed.
Ugh, that would bug me if I were
Ugh.
Alicia.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
problem.
That would really bother me.
Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this family, but why the fuck would you put this on television when you know
People
you
are gonna
have
find this shit.
domestic charges with your ex?
Yeah, like I don't care who you are. If you put your face on TV, someone is going on some court docket somewhere just to see if you've done anything because they're bored.
And I can almost guarantee you that we put this out tomorrow and there's going to be something tonight.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
these news is breaking left and right.
I know. It's really interesting to see. Like, I mean, TLC doesn't tend to do anything about these things.
No, but
You
they
know?
need to. They'll never. They will not get a season 2.
No.
In my opinion.
No.
I mean, they might do another poly couple,
Maybe.
but they won't do these.
I don't think these
No.
people will have another season of a TV show, and I think these people are going to deeply regret the choice to ever go on national television.
I agree.
Yeah.
Amanda, I'm introducing a new segment called Villain of the Week.
Okay.
Let me see. Do I have some music here? What do I have that would be good for a villain? Villain of the Week.
Sure.
Okay, it's going to have to work for right now.
It works right now, yeah.
Okay. So initially I was like, let's pull a villain of the week from the show, like from on screen.
Okay.
But I think the villain of the week is Sean.
It's Sean. Like, there's no one else. On the show or off the show?
Yeah.
He's terrible both places.
Most of the time, the answer to this question will be Cody Brown.
Yes. Or come from Love After Lockup.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Julius is a real tight contender.
He's up there.
Oh,
He's real
his
up there.
nonsense this week,
Oh,
guys,
it's
buckle up.
oh boy. Oh boy.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's gonna be
It's
Sean.
Sean. 100%. They
Sean
can't
is
not
our
be.
villain of the week, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about other shows that we are watching. Amanda, did you want to do a little Handmaid's Tale corner?
I would like to do a little Handmaid's Tale corner. So folks, if you have not watched, we are going to talk to up to and including the most recent episode, episode 8, Exodus.
I'll try to do my best to mark the
Yes.
show notes. Okay.
Yes. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Okay, here's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
I think, and I was chatting with someone else about this. I think what's going to happen is we've never seen Serena Joy in a position where she's had to really sacrifice something. The only time we've seen her do that is when she gave Nicole to June or
Right.
to help me, Emily
to
to
get
take
to
to Canada.
Yes.
Since then, every time Serena Joy's had to help June out, it's been no skin off her back.
Right.
No
No skin off her teeth.
Whatever.
Whatever. It hasn't cost her anything.
Yes. I think in the finale, she is going to have to make some sort of sacrifice.
Mm.
And whether she will or not, I don't know.
Is
I'm
she going to
so
get out of this
fascinated by
alive?
her arc.
Is she going to get out of this alive?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Serena sees the end of it. Don't
I don't
forget,
think so either.
guys, Serena Joy is the architect of Gilead. It was
Yeah.
her book.
Yep. That
She
started this
didn't.
all.
Yeah, she was the one
She's
who
like
was
the Ann
like,
Coulter of Gilead.
thank you. She was the one who was like, women know your places. Let's
Mhm.
go. Like, she was the one who really encouraged women to get back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like the original trad wife out there.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to see Knox Overstreet be so terrible.
I know.
It's
I
really
know.
upsetting for me.
He was awful.
Oh, just how he turned on a dime.
And I loved when June said to her a few episodes ago, like,
Yeah.
you're still subjugating yourself to a
You're
powerful
doing it again,
man.
Serena. And
You're doing it again.
And she was like, no, he's different. He's different. And just that moment on Yvonne Stravosky, I think it's how you say her last name. She's phenomenal.
She's phenomenal.
Just the look on her face when she realizes, oh, fuck, I've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
I have made a terrible mistake. And just the line she said, you're not a good man because you're a commander. Like, it finally clicked for her. If you are in this world and upholding this world, you're not a good person. Full stop.
And one might argue, I didn't realize it until we started talking about it, but one could say that this might have been the moral choice that she made, because it would have been a lot easier for her to just be like, okay, whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because she's got a cushy life now.
She does, but she
chose to take Noah and walk out the door.
She has she's not fully there, but I think she has finally realized, oh my God, the handmaids are people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't want this. I think she had convinced herself that they thought this was an honor.
Yes.
And this was their, this was something to be proud of, to be a handmaid.
Well, and I think, like many people, and this is so mirrored in politics today, until it happened to her, until she became a mother.
Right.
And was at risk of losing her child through other means, but whatever. Then suddenly, oh, wait, this does suck.
This does
You know,
suck.
it's like you see a lot of politicians who suddenly support gay marriage because they have a gay kid.
Yeah. I'm looking
Dick
at you,
Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
So, you know.
And when she looked at him, she goes, but I'm fertile. It's like, Serena, that's not what it's about.
It's not about that.
It's not about fertility, honey. It's about power. And
absolute power corrupts.
Absolutely.
Period. Yep.
And he has absolute power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's them. We know Lydia gets out of this alive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad that I know that.
Yeah, it's all over the place, though.
But what did you think of her breakdown?
I think they've been writing this in subtly for a long time now. I don't know.
She is such a true believer.
I know, and that's why I want to say, like, I don't feel as horrific as the things Aunt Lydia did. I also feel like Aunt Lydia would harm herself if she did something wrong.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she didn't hold herself higher than the handmaids.
No.
to different standards.
Mhm.
They were all held to the same standard.
Yes.
You had to follow the rules in Gilead, including herself. Where I think, the nuance comes in with characters like Nick and stuff like that is the men often have certain liberties that,
Mhm.
the women of Gilead do not,
Right.
obviously.
Right, right.
And so I think I have more empathy for Aunt Lydia because I think she truly did just believe this,
Mhm.
and she would have gone along with the system as well if she was chosen to suffer.
Yeah.
Like if they chose her to be they wouldn't choose her to be a handmaid, but if they
Right.
chose her to go to the mines, she probably would have went to the mines
Yeah,
because
she
she
was a true
believed it.
believer, and I really think she thought she was doing the right thing for her. She really saw these people as her girls.
Agree.
She really did, but at the same time, she didn't remember who Moira was at all. She's
No.
like, I've never seen your face before."
No.
And like, "Yeah, you have."
Mhm.
Um, and it's what is her obsession with Janine?
I wonder if because remember we did see some backstory on her
Mhm.
in season 3, but not
Yeah.
a lot.
No.
I wonder if Aunt Lydia sees a part of herself in Janine.
Maybe.
Maybe as I don't know. I can't remember Janine post eye removal, but I think
You mean pre-eye
Janine
removal.
has yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. But Janine has always sort of been an outcast since she
Yep.
got the eye thing, and then she was having trouble, conceiving as a handmaid after she had her baby. So maybe Lydia kind of saw herself in
Maybe.
Janine. I
But
don't know.
I think she would have left that guardian gun all of them down till Janine walked in the room.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think it was really smart for June to appeal to her religious self
Yeah.
and then drop. June knows the power Janine has over Aunt Lydia,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
wielded it beautifully.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it's such a good season. For
it
those
is
of
so
you who
good,
are like, "I can't watch The Handmaid's Tale right now, I just can't."
and I get it.
It's I get it, but it's also a season of rebellion, and it's
Mhm,
good.
and it's
There's not
working.
a there's not a ton of torture porn in it. Like,
No,
there's some dark parts, but
but most of I mean, okay, there's the Jezebel stuff, that was the
yeah.
hardest part to
Yeah, that
watch,
was tough.
but now we're getting stuff like, bad guys getting stabbed in the face, and you're like, "Yes,
Mhm.
yes, get that person," but,
What do you think is gonna happen to Nick?
mm,
Or do we not care?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit because all along, I was like, this is not the great love story of our time, and I knew
So,
it
it's interesting
because
because
you were into that.
yeah, and my friend Jason and, Wendy and Daphne over on a Handmaid's Tale podcast for
Mhm.
Podcastica.
Yeah,
We talked about this a lot because I was a Nick and June fan,
I know you were.
and they are not. Jason hates him.
Same,
And
same.
Jason kind of converted me because Jason said on the podcast they just recorded,
Yeah.
he was like, Nick had so many chances to walk out of Gilead,
Yes.
but he was getting something out of it. And I was always like, well, I think what he's getting out of it is that he can help June. Like
No.
he's in a position to help June. And Jason's like, no, no,
No. No, no.
no.
The
Mm-mm.
thing he said it himself, before Gilead, he was
Well,
nobody.
and that's what I was gonna say. I think that flashback was
Yeah.
placed there to remind us
Yeah, he was nobody.
he was nobody and he was getting the power out of it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
after I heard that, I was like, "Okay, Team Luke."
Team Luke. It's all Team
Mhm.
Luke.
Mhm.
What's gonna happen to Commander Lawrence?
I
You
think
kn
he'll get out.
I think he'll get out too,
I
and I
think he'll
hope
get
he,
out.
like, burns it down as he's walking out the door.
Yeah, now don't forget, Commander Lawrence really only went hog wild on the resistance when it was revealed he was gonna die.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, he was
He's
always,
very
like,
self-serving.
lukewarm. Yeah.
He
Um,
I think he was one of those people that was like, he was in on early Gilead, he was in on the plan. I th
mhm.
but I don't think it was ever this, like, deeply held religious belief for him like it was, say, for Serena
Yeah.
or Aunt Lydia.
Yeah,
I
I
think for
agree.
him, it was like, "Ooh, the world's kinda fucked up, maybe this'll help fix it, and maybe I can succeed in it, so I'll play the game." But he
Yeah.
was never a true believer
Mhm.
in it,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I think once Eleanor died, he was just like, "Fuck this.
Yeah.
This world killed my wife. I don't want this
Well,
world anymore."
and he even said it so beautifully, like, "I built this prison and I kept her in it."
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
And he
a
loved his wife.
and I have to say, Bradley Whitford is probably the perfect choice for that
He's
role
so good.
because he's somebody that can get away with being like you just his very presence, like you
Mhm.
just afford him a lot of slack
Yeah.
because I don't know, he plays that like I'm 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 kind of a snobby intellectual, but I also will get my hands dirty, but only if it serves me, but you don't really hate me because I'm Bradley Whitford.
Right, and
Like
'cause I'm
he
kinda a
just
little
manages
cheeky.
right, he manages it perfectly. And watching him and Elizabeth Moss together, like that
Yeah.
is a masterclass.
They're he's so quippy, and
Mhm.
going back to my West Wing, even when he and Elizabeth Moss were on West Wing,
Mhm.
they always had a fun relationship, even though she was the
Yeah.
president's daughter, so they weren't equals
Yeah.
by any means, but, like, they always had a fun quippy relationship, so it's fun to
Mhm.
see that in an entirely different world, but
Context.
see that
Yeah.
chemistry still exists between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
It's I just love him. You
Yeah.
know I love him. He's my
He's
favorite.
great.
Yeah.
What else are you watching? Anything else?
Well, we're all caught up on Last of Us.
Mm. Mm.
We got a real problem.
Okay, let's talk about Last of Us. Guys, we're
Okay.
gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I worry, and I was talking to Jason about this. I worry that Bella Ramsey is I think they can carry this show,
Yes. I think they
but
can too.
I'm afraid that they are going to be a magnet for disgusting trolls
Oh,
in trying
possibly.
to be the lead of this show.
Possibly.
And I wonder like can this show exist without Pedro?
I I I mean, given what's happened since then, I think the answer is yes.
Mhm.
Um, but I get it, and Bella Ramsey was amazing in Game of Thrones,
Yep.
and they're amazing here,
Bella
and
Ramsey is an amazing actor.
yes.
The problem I have, and I bitch about this constantly while we're watching it, I hate the character of Ellie.
Oh.
I find that character extremely irritating.
Oh,
So when
I
that
like her.
character
I like
was
yeah.
secondary to Joel,
Yeah, you could
I
deal
was
with it.
fine because
Right.
it was small doses. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Now that I'm like,
But
I think they're an incredible actor. A
yeah,
huge fan of the character on Game of Thrones.
right.
But I don't know. Me Dina is really nice. I
I like
enjoy
Dina.
Dina.
Mhm.
So maybe having Dina in the mix is going to be helpful and I also really enjoy Tommy.
Mhm.
So like as long as Ramsey's character Ellie is in the mix, I'm
Yes.
okay.
Okay. But
But
if it's entirely about Ellie, you're not into it.
I just find them incredibly annoying. I think Ellie goes by
I
she
think
her
Ellie
the
goes by
character.
she, yeah, yeah,
I find the character of Ellie extremely annoying.
yeah.
I like Bella Ramsey, and I worry that Bella Ramsey is going to draw it's gonna be a hate magnet
It could be,
for
it could
assholes
be. I just
because
wanna know.
you're walking in dangerous territory with the manosphere here
I understand,
in this kind of
and
stuff.
there's a Venn diagram of people who are into that video game, but though the video game still had a lot of even the video game had queer themes and things like that, so
Yeah,
maybe people who are yucky are already not into it,
and
I don't
like
know.
you and I have talked about many times, true sci-fi fans are like, welcome the diversity because 'cause we've been getting it forever.
Forever, yeah. I understand now why this is a good game watching certain
Yeah,
parts of the show, and
yeah,
I'm not a video game player at
yeah,
all, so it's
yeah.
not my thing at all, but I get why it's a good video game, but the last scene, like, what's happening?
So a lot of people said, "Oh my god, is this a Bobby Ewing in the shower situation?"
Right.
It's not, it's just a flashback. So I
I'm
guess
thinking it's a flashback, or I was wondering if we're, like, in real video gameness and, like, we're jumping back in time and, like, weird shit's gonna
I
happen that we're gonna
guess
go back forward in time.
I guess the video game contains large chunks of flashback, and
Okay.
you learn the story of those missing 5 years.
Got it.
And
Okay.
that's what the whole next episode is gonna be dedicated to some
Okay.
flashback stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Because we need to, when we last saw Joel and Ellie, they were on the hillside, and he was like, "I did what I had to," and she was like, "Okay,"
I
and
trust you.
"I trust you." And then we pick up 5 years later, and she hates his guts.
Right, so
So,
what
like, there
happened?
had to be some we need that time explained. So
She
that's that.
she didn't hate his guts so much as she was a very disillusioned teenager.
Again,
Yeah.
yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to do just a true crime corner real quick.
Yes.
I am watching Bakersfield 3.
Okay.
It is an incredible documentary.
Okay.
I'm going to be talking about it with Becca over on Murder She Wrote.
Awesome.
Murder She
You
Watched,
wrote.
I mean. I do it all the time.
I know.
God damn it. Um, because it is such an amazing, so I'm gonna spoil it, okay? But
Okay.
I have not reached the end, but I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you what is happening so far
Okay.
that makes it an incredible story.
Okay.
So the Bakersfield 3 are 3 young adults who went missing from Bakersfield, California. 1 was murdered, 2 went missing,
Okay.
all within, like, 10 days of each other.
Okay.
The mothers of these children start to, go to the press. They
Mhm.
do what mothers do. They're mothering,
Sure.
okay? They realize all these kids know each other.
Okay.
So now there's a connection.
Sure.
And then by episode 2, you start to learn, oh, these are kids who've had drug issues. They've had
Mm.
dependency issues. They've had, they're all kind of in this seedy underworld of
Right.
there's like a gun dealer and drugs. Okay.
Okay.
Episode 3, you find out one of the kids killed the other kid. So now
Oh,
these
shit.
mothers who have formed this incredible bond
Now have
and
to reconcile this.
now have to reconcile that one of the children is being charged with killing the other child.
Oh my God.
And I think it's a girl, and I think she was coerced by her boyfriend. So I don't think it was like, I'm seeking your child out and killing them. I
Right.
think it was a situation where her boyfriend is the bad guy in all of this.
Got it. Got it.
And
Got it.
she was kind of an unwilling participant.
Mm-hmm.
But still, the twist was incredible.
Okay.
And these mothers still continued to support one another. It's an amazing story of the tagline, I think, is like a story of motherhood and murder. And
Okay.
it is an incredible story about motherhood.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to watch it.
Oh, it's so good. Becca's the one who told me about it. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And the other thing I'm going to binge this weekend is The Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
Guys,
I'm into
Reality
it.
Gaze is covering it. Go listen to them.
Go listen to it. Yeah,
They'll
I
do a
can't
good
wait.
job, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
What else? I've been watching Righteous Gemstones, which why did I sleep on that show?
Yeah,
It's
we've
so
never watched
good.
it. Okay.
Uncle Baby Billy
Is
is
that Walton Goggins?
yes, he's so great.
Okay.
Oh, Amanda, I think you and Todd would really enjoy it.
Okay.
I don't
We're
think
looking
it's
for something.
Yeah,
Is it Match Factory up or down?
I think it's Match Factory down.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very tongue-in-cheek funny. Like, you're not going to laugh out loud, but everything is amusing, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yes. Yes.
And
that
I
does make
just
sense.
love Danny McBride. I love everything he does. I laugh at his just very presence on the screen.
Okay.
He is hilarious to me. So
We'll check
yeah,
it out. We'll check
it's
it
real
out.
good. It's real good.
Like I said, we just finished Married at First Sight Philly, which was fun and obnoxious for me.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't cover it. I would have been real obnoxious because I would have been like, I know that place. I know that place. I know that
Yeah.
place.
No.
Nope, that would have gotten old real quick.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's been Reality Roundup and a little bit of scripted TV roundup at the end there.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a mess notes wise, show notes, timestamp wise, but I'll figure it out.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right, guys, if you haven't already, please consider joining our Facebook group, Backdoor Friends. It's an amazing, supportive group. I love everybody in there. And we solve mysteries like who is in this picture of Rod Blanchard?
It's the important things.
Who's he hugging?
Right.
And when is Eric Menendez getting out of prison?
When is Eric Menendez getting out of prison? And guys, I promise you, I have eyes on Amy. I will keep her under control. I promise.
Yes. And if you hear this on Saturday, please go back to Friday, go back in time and listen to Amanda and I talk about our mothers on Real Talk.
Yeah. It was a lovely
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Talked to my mother yesterday about my incessant crying. I'll have updates when we record next time. I won't put it on here, but
oh boy. We had dinner with my mom last night for Mother's Day.
Oh, good. Look at you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for supporting the show. Please leave a 5-star review. Share this episode with somebody who you think will like it. If you want to jump on our Patreon or Apple subscriptions, we do a lot of bonus content. You get everything ad-free, and we'd love to see you over there.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Amy.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group, Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.